Alright, I just did 1,200 feet from the bottom. Heard both just bugled down below me, not far. He sounds wicked. Camera's rolling. Let's do this, guys. Let's sneak in on this bull. There he is. Herd bull's under 100 yards. Coming up through this brush field. I'm in an opening. The wind's getting fickle. I'm getting nervous. If I could get a good wind, I could be a little more aggressive. He's only bugled 4 times. Bull's right over there. He started right here. Alright, correction, herd bull's about 200 yards in the bottom of the canyon right here. I'm not sure which way his cows. I hear no cows, but I can hear branches breaking. They're down in there. Might be a hot cow. He's bugled 4 more times. I can't imagine they're gonna come this way. If not, bed in that timber. I'd rather intercept. He's lower than me. I can't dive off because the wind will take it right to him. We'll see what he does. It's getting good. Cow calls. I hear a bull moving into the brush. I got good wind. For now. See if he comes in. It might be a cow. I'm hitting the calf call. It's been really tough to film. I've had to move and just chase bulls. I was sitting in the bottom where I first heard the bull bugling, and I was telling you guys I was up in the opening brush field. And his cows were so close to me, and I thought for sure he was going to pop out and go over to where I'd walked in today. That's where they've bedded in the past. He bugled quite a bit, and then he kind of went up out of here and over the other side and was bugling. So like an asshole, I side-hilled across the brush field, which was a nightmare. Got over there on top, heard him raking. There was no way to be quiet to him, so I just went straight at him. And he bumped out and came back and over to this original side. When I popped over, I hammered him with a bugle. He answered, and his satellite answered, and they were both within 100 yards. And then he just slowly worked back up into this shithole. The last I heard him bugle was about 50 yards from where I'm sitting down. And he hasn't bugled since I was over there. He hates the bugle. And the logging operation makes it impossible to hear anything, so they'll be done at 2. It's 10:30. I'm gonna hang tight here for just a little bit in case he pipes off. But I think he's already moved. He is avoiding confrontation at all costs. He's all talk. And this is the game you play with these public ground bulls. I think this bull is a 6x6 without seconds. So imagine G1, no G2. G3, where a G3 would be, is his G2. And then his 4th, 5th, 6th is the end of the main beam. So he's kind of crowned up top on his left side. And on his right side, no G2, but he's got 5, but his 4th or his 3rd splits. So I hope that makes sense. I'll show you a picture, but he's a stud bull. He's really old, he's big. Got a great bugle, but none of these bulls that I almost killed in here last year. And I'm tired of this almost killed crap. Where I've been today, there would be no shots unless you count 5 yards front on. So I'd love to catch him in some dark timber. I just don't know if that's going to happen. I am getting rained on, and it's sunny. I have no idea why, but it's raining and the sun's out, as you can tell. So I'm gonna get over here on the ridge that goes straight down to my dirt bike, about 2 miles. It's kind of an intersection point, and hopefully when the wind switches, something's bedded nearby and bugles. That's the game plan. Right now I'm in Alder Hell. If you don't know what I'm talking about, come hunt North Idaho. God, I gotta hunt somewhere else. I gotta get another Nevada tag, or draw Arizona, New Mexico, go to Wyoming. I love it here and I hate it. Dad, this one's for you. Bull piss. Road. I'm dropping down. Unbelievable. $3,300 feet. I thought maybe they'd winter here. No. I was hunting way up there today. September 12th coming to a close. Oh, lovely. Need a good place to cross this creek. Really good bugling this morning. And then one bull just torched off just enough at 12:30 to keep me on the friggin' mountain and send me on a 3-mile bow hike for him to never speak again. Came down a different ridge, crossing the creek, and then I go up to my dirt bike. Oh. I put on the miles today, probably just somewhere around the neighborhood of 12. At least that's what the tracker says on the Onyx Hunt app. Now, heading up. And the elk won the day. And I'll explain my frustration. And this happens only here. And I wonder if it happens in other places, but I've hunted a lot of states. The big herd bulls will bugle and run around all over Kingdom Come in the mornings. They're not with cows. Sometimes they start out with cows, and all of a sudden they're up over another finger, and they're up over another finger, and they're up over another finger, and then they're back to where you heard them and you're chasing them. And they never stop, and they could give a shit less about your bugle or your cow calls or your raking. And it's so thick in there you can't really sneak in on them. Even when they're raking. I got pretty close to that bull today while he was raking. Still didn't get him. I got pictures of him. He's a giant for here. Really nice public land bull. He's kind of freaky. All right. I was at 46. Now I'm down to 2,800. And then I'm going to go back up to 32 where my bike's parked. I'm going to go home, shoot the bow, make a lunch, gas up the dirt bike, find my helmet, my loppers, and I got 3 cameras I'm going to go get tomorrow. They've been soaking over a year. Well, as you can tell from my tone at the end of that video, that was a super frustrating day. Unfortunately for you guys, don't have a cameraman. That was probably my best day, day 3. I heard the herd bull bugle a ton, probably like double-digit times. And just, I was chasing him so much that I couldn't really get footage. And I'm just going to tell you right now for the rest of the videos, the contour camera that I got, I ordered a custom one with 8-power zoom, thinking that would get, you know, make it look a little more closer or realistic, because last year I had a regular contour and I lost it the day I got the best footage ever. The day I was on the bull I'm hunting in this video, I was on him at 10 yards the year prior. Here, not full draw, with him being about 10 yards, staring right at me. And he wasn't as non-typical last year. He was a little bit more, he was just way taller, way longer last year. And I had trail cam photos of him. So he was just a giant last year. That's why I called him a 350 bull. But
he'd really gone way down this year after I got pictures of him, but he had also really stopped growing G2s this year and really crowned out. It was a pretty cool bull. But my point is that all the good footage and audio was on the contour camera, and it just is not working out. I'm going to have to rethink my system of wearing that on the head. So just a frustrating day. I'm hunting a giant bull. I'm in on his cows at first light. I just lucked out. I went up from the bottom, a new finger, went up, topped out, and he's bugling in this canyon, and his cows are already up the canyon, and they're in the brush field, and I'm gonna get somewhere between a 20 and 50 yard shot on this bull. But no, Idaho bulls, North Idaho bulls don't follow scripts. They don't stay with their cows, and I have theories on it, but I might as well tell you guys real quick. So the bull's bugling, he's with his cows, and then shuts up for like 2 minutes, and I hold my ground wondering where his next move is, because you can't see these elk. So listening is so important, dictating your moves. He shuts up, I hold up, and in 2 minutes he's back down the bottom and he bugles, and I was like, oh, maybe he's getting a cow or something. And then he shuts up, and then in 2 or 3 minutes he bugles, and I'm like, is that him on top of the finger? His cows are right here. And then he goes on the other side, and then I hear his bugle way off in the distance, and I'm like, oh yeah, he's not only crossed the finger, he's on the other side way down. So I beat brush from hell, and I side hill all the way up and over, drop down, and I hear him raking and bugling at another bull over here, and there's no elk trails really that are great, so I'm just like, I'm like a tractor or like a bulldozer. I'm just going through the brush right at him, and I'm getting to within 30 yards, just waiting to get to see him, and it's just too thick. And then he shuts up, stops raking. I have to stop and hope that he just bugles again, and sure enough, he's back on the finger that I just was on. So I just right over, and I get on the other side, throw out a bugle. He answers, and a satellite answers, and they go back and forth like 2 times, and I like get set up. In fact, I even bumped one of his cows, and she didn't bark. And then all of a sudden he's kind of back up to where I started, bugling every 5 minutes. Super frustrating. By the time I got back down through the brush hole and back up on him, the wind's still coming down, and it's so thick in there that I was only going to get like a 5 yard shot if I could get him to come in, which I couldn't. So my theory on these big herd bulls in North Idaho is because it's so thick, cows don't just bed down in a concentrated area, and with all the wolf pressure that they've gotten over the years, they evolved to where the cows majorly spread out. That's why I saw a cow up high. I heard cows right by me, and after I did my 5-mile loop of chasing him, I bumped one of his cows way down. He's got cows spread out everywhere, and I think he's just constantly bugling, trying to gather more cows and scent checking all the cows. And he really doesn't care about your bugle or a satellite bull's bugle. He's not going to fight. He doesn't need to fight. He's not going to leave brush. So I'd never ever have found this bull outside of brush. Like never in dark timber. And so this day was a monumental day. As you'll see later on in my videos, this is the last day that I know that he was alive. And I'll explain more in videos to come. And if this episode was boring because I didn't get great footage of any elk, don't worry. Stick around for the next episode. You will not be disappointed. It will be day 4, my last day, so to speak, in Idaho before I go back home and check on the missus. So thanks for watching the series. Thanks for supporting ElkShape. I make these videos for you guys, and I hope you're enjoying them.